Imagine paying $6,000 for a basic airplane seat. No lie-flat bed, no gourmet meals, just a cramped 30-hour journey with multiple stops. This was once reality. But today, business class has transformed air travel forever. This is the story of how airlines turned the skies into a battlefield of luxury. From the moment humankind first defied gravity at Kitty Hawk, the world began to shrink. The dream of flight ignited a revolution, connecting distant lands, bridging cultures, and transforming the way that we live and do business. Over the decades, aviation has evolved, not just in technology, but in the experiences that it offers. So, amidst this evolution lies a tale of luxury and innovation, a story of how the skies became a haven of comfort and prestige. This is the definitive history of business class. Welcome to Sky Digest. I'm Jan, your guide on this journey through the clouds and across time. Today, we'll explore how business class transformed from a simple seat upgrade into a world of its own, a realm of luxury, innovation, and fierce competition. We'll delve into how airlines responded to market pressures, deregulation, passenger demands, and relentless competition to continuously redefine what it means to travel in style. So fasten your seatbelts as we take off into the captivating history of business class. The year is 1930. A flight from New York to Los Angeles takes 30 hours with 7 stops along the way. The price? More than a house down payment. This is not just about getting from point A to point B. It is about understanding how air travel went from an exclusive luxury to a global necessity. Let's step back to where it all began. In the decades following the Wright brothers' first flight, aviation captured the world's imagination. The 1920s and 30s were marked by rapid advances and a romanticism associated with flight. This was the golden age of aviation. Flying was an exclusive adventure, reserved for the affluent and the daring. Airlines began to recognize that the journey itself could be an experience and not just a means to an end. At this point in time, comfort was relative. Cabin pressurization was non-existent and noise levels were high, but the allure of the skies was absolutely undeniable. It was during this era that the seeds of in-flight luxury were planted, setting the stage for future innovations, and they absolutely should have been, considering the prices that were charged at the time. A one-way transcontinental flight from New York to Los Angeles in the 1920s would fetch as much as $6,000. The cost of these pioneering flights was substantial, firmly positioning air travel as a luxury only accessible to primarily the affluent and business elite, laying the groundwork for the development of dedicated business class services. Of course, these flights weren't direct like today. Between 5 and 7 stops were needed. Chicago, Kansas City, Denver, Salt Lake City, Albuquerque, Los Angeles, and the total duration of the journey lasted between 24 to 30 hours. As aviation technology advanced, the introduction of more reliable and efficient aircraft like the DC-3 allowed airlines to increase flight frequency and reduce travel times. This evolution not only enhanced passenger comfort, but also made business travel more feasible, setting the stage for the emergence of business class as a distinct and essential service category. Picture this: 1935. A time when every flight was first class, every passenger was treated like royalty, and every ticket cost more than a car. But there was a catch that would force airlines to completely rethink luxury in the skies. Pan American World Airways, better known as PanAm, was more than just an airline. It was a symbol of American innovation and global ambition. In the 1930s, PanAm introduced the Clippers, luxurious flying boats that connected continents with unparalleled style. Passengers enjoyed gourmet meals, lounges, and even sleeping berths, a level of service that rivaled the finest ocean liners of the time, their primary competition. But why such opulence in the skies? PanAm faced stiff competition from transatlantic ships, which offered luxury and comfort over leisurely voyages. To entice the wealthy and influential to choose air travel, PanAm needed to offer an experience that was not only faster, but equally indulgent. Because instead of a straightforward cruise journey across the Atlantic, flying meant typically 7 to 10 stops for refueling, maintenance, and crew changes. Adjusted for inflation, passengers were charged nearly $15,000, a steep cost further emphasizing the exclusivity of long-distance air travel. But their strategy paid off. The success of the Clipper set a precedent, demonstrating that luxury in the skies was not only possible, but desirable, a concept that would echo throughout aviation history. KLM, the world's oldest airline still operating under its original name, found unique ways to charm passengers in the era of government-owned and very strictly regulated air travel. Since the 1950s, they've gifted premium passengers with Delft blue miniature houses filled with Dutch Genever, which they still give to passengers today. These weren't mere trinkets. Each house was a replica of a real building in the Netherlands, often of historical significance. And in a period of very strict regulation where price was determined by the government, and even the exact number of slices of cheese on a sandwich were controlled across the airlines, this small gift differentiated KLM from its rivals. These collectibles became symbols of KLM's hospitality, fostering brand loyalty and influencing how airlines approached passenger experience beyond just transportation. By infusing cultural elements into their offerings, KLM didn't just provide a flight. They offered a piece of the Netherlands, a personal touch that resonated deeply with passengers. It's also important to remember that unlike today, where frequently airlines compete on price and directness of the journey, then prices were identical, when the journeys were usually punctured by stops every few hours due to the technological capabilities of the aircraft at the time. In 1978, if you couldn't afford first class, you had one option: squeeze into economy. Then, one airline made a decision that would spark a global revolution in the skies. Here's what happened. By the 1970s, airlines faced new economic pressures. Fuel prices soared due to the global oil crisis, and competition intensified due to the deregulation and democratization of air travel. Simultaneously, globalization was driving a surge in international business travel. Passengers sought more comfort without the high costs of first class. The Airline Deregulation Act of 1978 in the United States transformed the industry, removing government control over fares, routes, and market entry. This led to increased competition, prompting airlines to innovate and differentiate their services to attract passengers. This deregulation allowed carriers to experiment with new classes and pricing structures, setting the stage for the introduction of business class. Suddenly, price and unique service transformed how airlines operated. In 1979, Qantas Airways recognized the need for that new class of service that bridged the gap between economy and first class on their new flagship 747 aircraft. Until now, passengers had only had the choice between first and economy, but airlines quickly realized that there could be a lucrative gap between these classes, and the experience that we now know as business class began to take shape. Qantas introduced the world's first dedicated business class, a groundbreaking move that redefined air travel, which for a fare of approximately 15% higher than economy, passengers could enjoy a significantly enhanced experience. This included wider seats with more legroom, improved meal services featuring higher quality food and beverages, and attentive service from specially trained cabin crew. The key point in the eyes of Qantas was that a majority of their corporate clients' travel policies already barred their road warrior staff from flying in the stratospherically priced first-class cabin. Business class meant increased revenue for a better balance of comfort and price. It was a strategic move that not only met passenger needs, but also allowed Qantas to differentiate itself in a competitive market. Importantly, on Qantas, the cabin design ensured that no passenger was more than one seat away from the aisle, adding convenience for those on long-haul flights from Australia to Europe and the United States. Australia's geographical isolation posed unique challenges for airlines, with the limited direct routes and the necessity for ultra-long-haul flights. Qantas needed to create a business class experience that could cater specifically to the needs of these extended journeys. The development of these specialized cabins not only enhanced passenger comfort, but also positioned Qantas as a leader in business class innovation. Their efforts demonstrated a deep understanding of their market's unique needs, setting a precedent for other airlines to follow. Moreover, Qantas's strategic focus on Australia's isolation highlighted the importance of tailored services in regions with unique geographical demands. This approach ensured that business travellers had reliable, comfortable options, fostering loyalty and encouraging more frequent international travel, all whilst poaching well-heeled flyers from their rivals. The success of Qantas's business class did not go unnoticed. It sparked a global shift, with airlines worldwide introducing their own versions to stay competitive. The introduction of business class wasn't just an enhancement of service, it was a paradigm shift in how airlines structured their offerings and how passengers perceived air travel. It clearly acknowledged the evolving needs of travelers in a globalized world and set a new standard that would shape the industry for decades to come. While other airlines were still figuring out what business class meant, one carrier was already reinventing it. Singapore Airlines didn't just raise the bar, they created a new one. And the secret weapon? It wasn't the seats, and it wasn't the food. It was something entirely unexpected. From its inception in 1972, Singapore Airlines set out to offer unparalleled service. Their cabin crew, famously known as the Singapore Girls, became symbols of hospitality and grace. They emphasized not just reaching the destination, but enjoying the journey. Singapore Airlines was amongst the first to recognize that excellence in service could absolutely set an airline apart in a crowded market. Their commitment to training and service standards ensured that every passenger felt valued and cared for, a reputation that continues to this day. Singapore Airlines was also amongst the first to offer personal in-flight entertainment, recognizing the importance of individual choice and comfort. This innovation enhanced the passenger experience by setting a new industry benchmark. By integrating cutting-edge technology, Singapore Airlines ensured that their business class passengers enjoyed not only physical comfort, but also an engaging and personalized entertainment experience. In 1984, Richard Branson's Virgin Atlantic burst onto the scene with a mission to challenge the status quo. They infused fun and innovation into air travel, appealing to a new generation of travelers. Virgin Atlantic introduced upper class, which to them blurred the lines between business class and first class. Their innovative approach included amenities like onboard bars, exclusive ground services, and elements that were unheard of in business class at the time, such as massages and nail appointments. Their approach wasn't just about comfort. It was about creating an experience that began before takeoff and continued after landing. By enhancing every single touch point, Virgin Atlantic set a new benchmark for premium air travel that played incredibly well along their sexy and risque branding. Virgin Atlantic's bold strategies paid off, capturing market share and prompting a shift in the industry. Competitors were compelled to rethink and enhance their own business class products, leading to a wave of innovation that ultimately benefited passengers worldwide. The ripple effect of Virgin Atlantic's upper class was swift and significant. Airlines realized that enhancing business class wasn't just a luxury, it was a competitive necessity. This spurred a period of rapid innovation, with carriers striving to offer unique and superior services to attract discerning travelers. The competition fostered an environment where passenger comfort, service quality, and exclusive amenities became key differentiators in the airline industry. 1999. Business travelers faced a frustrating reality. First-class passengers had been sleeping flat since 1995, but business class was still stuck with recliners. Then, British Airways made a bold move that shocked the industry, bringing first-class comfort to business-class prices. For the first time, the middle tier became a true luxury experience. So how would their major rival respond? Well, in 1999, British Airways revolutionized business class travel by introducing the world's first fully lie-flat bed in their Club World cabin. This marked a turning point in in-flight comfort, forever changing the expectations of premium travel. At the time, business travelers were looking for more than just recliner seats with extra legroom. Long-haul flights meant more travelers needed to rest properly during overnight flights. British Airways recognized the opportunity to meet this demand by offering the industry's first true flat bed in business class. British Airways' new design transformed the entire business class experience. Key features of this new cabin included the first fully flat bed in business class. Rather than a reclined or angled seat, BA introduced a seat that could transform into a fully horizontal bed. This allowed passengers to enjoy an actual flat seating surface rather than the angled sliding feeling of competitors' offerings. The cabin was laid out in a yin-yang seat layout. The seats were arranged in a unique configuration, with some facing forwards and others facing backwards. This allowed British Airways to maximise space in the cabin, fitting more beds, while still providing each passenger with a spacious and fully flat surface. Enhanced privacy was also important. Each seat came with a privacy divider, allowing travellers to create a personal space away from the person next to them. For long-haul travellers, this was a huge advantage, offering both a restful environment and a degree of seclusion that hadn't existed in business class before. This was also the first time that passengers had direct aisle access for most seats. One of the standout features of this cabin design was direct aisle access for the majority of passengers, eliminating the need to disturb seatmates when getting up during the flight. Before BA's introduction of the lie-flat seat, most business class cabins around the world were still equipped with reclining or angled flat seats. While these did offer more comfort than economy class, they still fell short of providing true rest during long-haul flights. British Airways changed the game. The fully flat bed allowed passengers to get a proper night's sleep, transforming business class into something much closer to first-class comfort. And British Airways didn't stop at just the new seat design. They completely reimagined the cabin layout to ensure that comfort, privacy, and functionality worked together to create a superior in-flight experience. They allowed BA to offer more fully flat beds than competitors, while privacy partitions helped to create personal, quiet spaces for each traveller. The cabin also featured advanced in-flight entertainment systems, with larger screens and more content than ever before, ensuring that passengers can relax, work, or just enjoy entertainment with ease. This move by British Airways set a new industry standard. Competitors soon followed suit, with airlines around the world rushing to develop their own fully flat bed offerings in business class. However, for several years, BA maintained its competitive advantage. The introduction of lie-flat seat wasn't just an upgrade, it was a complete rethinking of what business class could be. British Airways recognised that their passengers didn't just want to travel comfortably, they wanted to, nay, needed to arrive well-rested and refreshed, ready for the next meeting or appointment. British Airways' fully flat bed not only met this demand, but also redefined the entire concept of premium long-haul travel. It was a groundbreaking innovation that positioned BA as the leader of the industry globally. The success of their lie-flat beds prompted other airlines to rethink their business class products, and it was the start of a new era where business class wasn't just about extra legroom and better meals. It became a space where passengers could truly relax, work, and sleep as though they were in a premium hotel. Today's business class suites rival luxury hotel rooms. Private doors, double beds, personal bars. But this is just the beginning. What if I told you that what's coming next will make today's business class look like economy? Here's what the future holds. As British Airways set a new bar with its fully flat beds, other airlines saw an opportunity to reimagine their business class cabins. The competition now extended beyond just comfort, privacy, accessibility. Space optimization became the new battleground for innovation. Several unique seating configurations emerged, each offering a different take on what business class could be. Let's explore the modern business class configurations that have reshaped how we travel today. One of the earliest responses to BA's flatbed innovation was the Herringbone layout. Pioneered by airlines like Virgin Atlantic, this layout angled seats towards the aisle, creating an efficient cabin design that gave passengers direct access to the aisle from every single seat. The idea here was to ensure that even in high-density business class cabins, no passenger had to step over another to get out. It also created a unique sense of space, though the proximity to the aisle meant less privacy for some passengers. The Herringbone configuration was embraced by airlines like Air New Zealand, which used this design to enhance passenger convenience while maximising cabin space. However, while it improved accessibility, some passengers felt exposed due to the angle towards the aisle. Next is the reverse Herringbone layout. To address the privacy concerns of the standard Herringbone layout, airlines soon developed the reverse Herringbone layout. In this design, the seats were angled away from the aisle, facing the windows instead, giving passengers a more private and personal space to relax and work. This layout became popular with airlines like Cathay Pacific and American Airlines, offering a more secluded experience for solo travelers while still maintaining direct aisle access. With the reverse Herringbone, passengers not only enjoy greater privacy, but also a more comfortable sleeping environment, as they're shielded from the noise and movement in the aisle. This design remains a favourite for many frequent flyers on long-haul routes. Next is the staggered layout. Another common configuration is the staggered outlet, which cleverly offsets seats in a way that maximizes both space and privacy. Airlines like Lufthansa and Qsuites have adopted this design, ensuring that every seat has its own aisle access. Some seats are positioned closer to the window or divider, offering more privacy, while others are nearer to the aisle, giving passengers a choice of what suits them best. In staggered configurations, privacy is determined by seat choice, with window seats often offering a more secluded experience. The flexibility of this layout has made it a popular choice for airlines, balancing cabin density with passenger comfort. Next is the Apex Suites. For those who value privacy and flexibility, the Apex Suites offers one of the best configurations available today. Airlines like Japan Airlines and Korean Air use this layout, which ensures that every passenger has direct access to the aisle while still providing a suite-like space. The Apex Suite is especially ideal for passengers traveling in groups or with families, as the dividers between the seats can be lowered to create a shared space. This suite-style configuration provides ample personal space and storage, making it one of the most luxurious seating options in business class. The flexibility to create shared spaces also adds a unique social element for travelers who are flying together. Throne seats. For solo travelers seeking maximum space and privacy, throne seats are the top choice. Found on airlines like Qsuites, these seats are often positioned by the window with no immediate neighbours, creating a highly private and spacious area for the passenger. These seats are typically more expensive, but they offer the kind of seclusion that solo business travellers crave on long flights. Throne seats provide extensive surface area for personal items, ample storage and a sense of luxury unmatched by other configurations. While there may be fewer of these seats available, they are the preferred option for those willing to pay a premium for the most private experience. Next, we have suites with sliding doors. We come to the ultimate evolution of business class seating. Airlines like Qatar Airways have introduced suites that offer fully enclosed spaces, giving passengers unparalleled privacy and comfort. The Qsuite is the perfect example, allowing passengers to create double beds or even entire shared suites for groups, making it one of the most customizable and luxurious business class products in the world. The enclosed suites found on airlines like British Airways with their Club Suite offer a first-class experience within a business class cabin. The sliding doors provide complete privacy, while the spacious design ensures that travelers can sleep, work, or relax without disruption. From fully flat beds to enclosed suites, modern business class has come a very long way from its humble beginnings. Each configuration caters to different travelers' needs, offering various levels of comfort, privacy, and space. As we've seen, the evolution of business class has been driven by innovation and competition, pushing airlines to continuously improve the passenger experience. Whether you're flying in a herringbone seat or a fully enclosed suite, today's business class offers a level of comfort and personalization that would have been absolutely unimaginable just a few decades ago. With airlines constantly pushing the boundaries of design and luxury, the future of business class will undoubtedly continue to evolve, offering even more unique and tailored experiences for the modern traveler. Emirates redefined in-flight luxury by introducing onboard lounges and amenities that transformed long-haul flights into a social experience. Their A380 aircraft featured dedicated lounges where passengers could mingle, enjoy drinks, and relax away from their seats. Emirates' commitment to luxury went beyond the traditional business class experience. By creating social spaces on board, they offered passengers the opportunity to interact and enjoy premium services mid-flight, elevating the overall travel experience. These innovations not only enhanced passenger satisfaction, but also set a new benchmark for what is possible in the realm of in-flight luxury. In 2017, Qatar Airways unveiled the Qsuite, a revolutionary addition to their business class offerings. Featuring sliding doors for complete privacy and the ability to create shared spaces, the Qsuite redefined the concept of luxury and personalization in the skies. The Qsuite introduced unprecedented levels of customization, allowing their passengers to tailor their environment to their specific needs. Whether traveling solo, with a partner, or in a group, the Qsuite provided flexible configurations that enhanced both privacy and collaboration. One of the standout features was the first ever double bed in business class, offering an unparalleled level of comfort and intimacy. The Qsuite received global acclaim, setting a new benchmark for luxury and influencing industry trends towards personalized and flexible in-flight spaces. Qatar Airways' innovation demonstrated that business class could be both highly luxurious, but also adaptable, meeting the diverse needs of today's travelers. This balance of comfort and functionality has since become a key focus for airlines striving to stay competitive in the premium market. From PanAm's luxurious Clippers to Qatar Airways' customizable Qsuites, the evolution of business class reflects a relentless pursuit of excellence. Competition, deregulation, and technological advancements have all played pivotal roles in shaping this journey. Aircraft advancements have been the backbone of this evolution, each new model enabling airlines to push the boundaries of what's possible in terms of passenger comfort and service. As airlines continue to innovate, the future of business class promises to be even more groundbreaking. Personalized cabins will cater to individual preferences, virtual reality entertainment will offer immersive experiences, and sustainable luxury will ensure that comfort does not come at the expense of our planet. As technology advances and passenger expectations continue to rise, the future of business class promises even more innovation. Personalized cabins, virtual reality entertainment, sustainable luxury, and perhaps destinations not yet imagined. In 50 years, we've gone from basic seats to flying apartments. But here's the real question. By 2050, will business class even exist? Or will something even more revolutionary take its place? Let me know your predictions in the comments below. The story of business class is far from over. As airlines continue to innovate and adapt to the changing landscape of air travel, passengers can look forward to an ever-evolving premium experience that prioritizes comfort, convenience, and luxury. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the history of business class. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe to Sky Digest for more stories from the skies. Cheers.